Good morning. Hey, it's that time again. That's right, morning. And this is your host, Jeff Ski Kinsey, the Ski Man. This morning, we are sponsored by Rhino Island Media. That's also the website, rhinoisland.media. Check it out. Hey, today this is a delayed episode from Monday. Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, as most people know him, this amazing marketing maven. He was on the cover of Success magazine back, I think it was 2014, and they included a CD, with the magazine, and there's an interview with him on it. And one of the things he talks about is he said, look, one thing you ought to do, and his book, Jab, 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 Right Hook, had just come out. If you haven't read that, you need to, or listen to it on Audible. Or buy the Kindle and get Alexa to read it to you. But anyhow, he talked about this concept. He said, why don't you do a podcast every Monday called Did You Know? And it's like, yeah, that's right. So I've had this CD for a number of years, and people get busy, right? I'm like you. We're all alike in the sense that we all get busy. So I've been busy. I'm just now getting to it. And because of the holiday, I was going to do it yesterday. Then this happened and that. And so today is Did You Know Day in honor of Gary V. And did you know that if you write stuff down, you're like 99% more likely to accomplish it if you write it down? Did you know that? Okay. Let me give you an example. I want to share something we call the SIO Map. Bill Detmer created this thing, which actually was a recreation, a reintroduction to a tool that the late Dr. Ellie Goldratt had used in what he called the theory of constraints. I call it a law. The Strategic Intermediate Objectives Map, which Detmer has renamed the goal tree in honor of all the logic trees that are part of TOC. But I want to draw your attention to the SIO map this morning. Well, let's jump right into it. So I have a picture of the SIO map in front of me, a template that I use and I share with a lot of folks, and I'll include it in the show notes, a link to it. But it has, let's call them 4 layers or levels, okay? The first layer is called the goal. Now, the goal, according to Dr. Ellie Goldratt, was simply for any for-profit business to make money now and more money in the future. So if you're in business and you're in business to make a profit, okay, that's your goal. Pretty simple, okay? You can make it a lot more complicated if you want, but I don't know why you'd want, okay? But, okay, we need to add some clarity. We need to add some body, some fiber to that expression. So on the chart, you're going to see I've got something called the mission statement. Okay, not like Jerry Maguire. Okay, I don't consider that a quote mission statement. Okay, in the Marine Corps, a mission statement might be like the commander's intent, where they say, take that hill or destroy that bridge, okay? So the mission statement should be short and sweet. In many cases, it might even be a mantra. So I have one here in my template. I said, become the best marketer ever. And now that Steve Jobs has passed, that's easier to accomplish than it used to be. Still not there. But something I've added that I didn't clarify in the past, but I was sharing this document with a colleague, and I realized that I had failed to include this extra box. So it kind of stands out. It's, again, on this first level or layer, and it's called the vision and culture statement. Okay. Now think of Jack Kennedy, President of the United States. And he says, we ought to do the hard thing. We ought to send man to the moon and bring him back safely. Okay. Now he added that part. pretty smart of him, right? So the vision is, okay, here's what we're excited about. Okay, your vision might be you're excited about EVs, like I am at the moment. Okay, this has been something I've been studying since the first Tesla Roadster. That's when it really hit my radar screen. Yeah, I'd been aware of them, the experiments before that. And of course, I guess back in the late 1800s, it was a thing. But today, it's really a thing. In fact, it is a trend. You look to like Norway, and they've got, I think it's over 35% adoption of EVs in the country. And I think we just come up on 10%, supposedly. I find it hard to believe that California is way ahead of the pack here. But anyhow, so the SIO map, okay, you want to make money now, you want to make more in the future, okay, you have to have a mission, okay, what is it that you want to accomplish? What's the commander's intent? And then a vision to describe what that means to you. And then you can start to hint at the culture in which you're going to build it. Now, it seems like every week, at least probably every month, there's a company that's basically disintegrating because of the good old boys network. This mentality, that perhaps some people are more equal than others. Speaking of Orwell, and I think is that from Animal Farm? Or is that from 1984? Anyhow, those are important concepts. Now, the next layer in the world of constraints, the law of constraints, we measure, I guess, our processes, our thoughts, our actions in one of three categories. Either it's throughput related, or it's related to investments and or inventory, or it's about operating expense. Well, we're going kind of long here, so I'm going to stop it at that point. But check out the diagram. If you want to have a conversation, this is the first step in solving any and all problems that your business might be facing today, yesterday, tomorrow, whenever. Start with the SIO map.